Oh god. 1 second, I can't see the chat just yet. Hang on. One sec. I'm on Twitch, hurry up. Oh my god. Right there. Chat is not visible. It is visible on. Sorry, pardon. Okay, yes it is. It's back at the top. I can see chat, Vault can see chat. Let's go. Interesting that it starts me there and has the animation for running around again. At any rate. Yeah. Oh, different sprite. Sprites, really. Never not suspicious. That is a benefit of building into a mountain, I suppose. Or just into the planet, really. Aha. I recognize the game that's cheekily referencing. That's adorable. The thinker, he's just nicked that or recreated or whatever. Hello, Emily. He's got a hat. I appreciate that even the giant ant bots have hats. Ant bots and aliens have hats. I suppose this is the office. Powerful is a curious thing. I guess so. They would be those. Figures. So you're here, that means, yeah. So where's everyone else? Suppose we would need to hack the robots or something. Last week before exam period. I feel like I say this a lot to like my friends who are still in university and shit, but it feels like you're just in a constant state of exams. Even though I know that's not true, it's just studying and then exams and all the rest of it. Well, that's probably not good. I don't know why I keep doing that just out of habit. Yeah. See if we can find our way. Hello, my son. Oh yeah, that. Our giant warbot fight. Why is your tail all fluffed out? When do you see it spook you? It's probably your own shadow, but... And everyone's got tens of millions of secrets. Well... Formaldehyde. That's the dark secret you're sharing amongst yourselves? Important one, that. That's a Game Boy. Deactivated, but still twitching. Alright, which of you budges? Wrong place, the wrong time. It's the only way in here, wasn't it? Yeah. So, you studying now, Emily, or you just taking your last week of freedom, essentially? For a little bit. Alright, it must be a different passage then. There have to be a spot where there's no people. If they're both here, then I would think it must be in the other rooms. Like down here as well. No, that's upstairs though. I mean, no, that's just the spot I was at, was upstairs. So, where's the bit in here? You can't touch this, which is curious. It was stressful enough while I was studying. The last day I worked for the semester. It all just goes. I didn't have the exactly cozy day myself. Everything just decided to break whenever I was running tests, and it turns out, oh, more issues. Enzorium Gastonius formaldehyde. I don't know, like 3 words to his name. There's gotta be some. Move the candle. What else would it be? For sure not a pillar, probably, but... Okay, that helps. Okay, there we go. We needed him to open it for us. Enzo's middle name. Gastonius. Gastonius 231. I wanna guess Gastonius is a fucking chemical or something in itself. Not even. Formaldehyde was one, but. Gastonius. 2 especially stupid biology students. That's all the arguments you hear about like math in secondary school, except that actually applies to a lot of math in secondary school unless you're going into specialist scientific fields and shit. So yeah, really, 8th graders. It starts with Gastonius, ends with how old he is, 231. What bits do we need? Yeah, well, that's all we needed. Yeah. Spy powder. Probably save. Out of curiosity, what were they complaining about? Like, what was the basic stuff they were complaining about? So I'm kind of curious what it is they took such umbrage with. What will make them such good biologists at some point? Figures. How did they all get caught? He's got the coat. Linear regression. I could probably fathom some idea what it is based off the name, but it's beyond me otherwise. I feel like we have heard him mentioned somewhere. Sick. Don't suppose we could dance these robots out of us, so they're probably gonna fight us. Most of it. Why did you still have it on your person? It's not necessarily the safest spot with how, like, liable we are to get jumped by things. What do you think about a biologist's job is traveling around the world and giving funny names to animals to find? They probably think it's like you find the animal, you watch it, you poke it with a stick, and off you go. The regression is pretty important to analyze data. Okay. So yeah, that would be beyond me. I mean, I suppose that's a working defense system. Die. He'll just kill himself. Only effective while dead? Die, heal party? Clark, are you alright? Yes. Might as well also keep working the same one. Might as well. They did take away Chan for this, and that's annoying. That's an animation. Unity, you could write a program for it in a few minutes and they don't even have to program anything, they just do it in Excel. I mean, if it's already done for them, that's even more tragic. If even Excel can just do it out of the box, that's especially tragic. Get some magic going. He wasn't exactly up to much anyway, to be fair. I feel like we're taking way too much damage of these. I just don't kill anything. That also works. Yeah, he's basically dead. Luigi's downstairs meowing at the living room, so hang on, give me a second. Come on. Nice, sealed in with me, because I am not putting up with this shit today. One sec. Ugh, my nose. Yeah, it is. They have a bunch of points and you put a straight line through them. So the sum of the distance to each point is minimal. Yeah, that's... Probably couldn't do that, make it actually drop a graph in a few minutes, but I could easily code that in a few minutes. You're not wrong. There it is. There it is. This fight's probably a complete wash, so fuck it. Just get going. Ah, the heat. Come on. I kind of hate that it doesn't default to like, oh, if you're dying, use it on him because he's fucking falling apart. Damn pretty well for yourself. Wait, you're super mode. I was hoping for a bit more than that, but sure. I still have the pause actually. Yep. Alright. Mid-40s, need 5 liquid metal slimes to level up once. Fucking hell. What level do the guides recommend for like the super boss then? Metal slimes of any sort, liquid ones especially, are just... Oh, ludicrous. This is incredibly jaunt. I guess it's because it's Clark's theme. It's because it's incredibly jaunty jail music. Wow, that bodes well. They kind of look like the Dead or Alive doesn't care. They kind of look like the fucking Carnival robot from Chrono Trigger. At least that guy on the right does from the head on. Might as well give him the business. All these abilities are just die. Well, that hits like a truck. We're gonna hopefully stop you. Probably not. Hey, it actually did. Yeah, do that. Keep your defense up. They all die. We'll do this, get us some style. Whoa. Fucking hell. Get that up. Around up, they want around level 60. Right, always kill marbles. Oh, that's good. I mean, they usually strike a decent balance of, like, you know, difficulty and design. The Dragon Quest, in my opinion, at least. Mortified. This is rather aggravating because it's gonna make briefly second my new stream game. RPGs make good games to watch streams do. I kind of feel the same way. You just put something on and just let it go as you're roaming and doing your business, and then whenever you get into a story thing or whatever, then you stop it and you go. Get 'em. Yeah, he's probably gonna go down because we don't have our active healer right now. Really using these. I'll read that in a second, Emily. It's time to use it on yourself, so what good it will do. I mean, that helps a lot. Jesus Christ. And she doesn't have any way to heal herself, so she's just gonna go down. Well, so much for that. This is kind of a recurring trend in this area. I suppose I could just change. Hopefully, I can just change my party at any point, because I might cycle one of these two out, or Clark out, odd as he is. Because we're dying hard. Kevin's gonna have a little long paragraph. I think Dave would be nice to have. Get him up. Thank God. I did a hell of a lot more than I expected it to. Now we're all locked in. Well, makes me wonder if those two are fixed for that bit, because Lauren makes sense as like the bartender, and Sue pretty much like a waiter exactly. Like changing a sprite even. Oh, I think they did a wee bit. But the whole sword and shield thing kind of proved what I've been saying about the Pokemon fandom for a while. The first game released, everyone had an opinion on every character, so when you encountered no matter which one, it was a special event and she had a strong opinion on it. And they added more and more, so it got more and more difficult to have an opinion on them. As a result, they slowly turned into random collectibles. So that many Pokemon fans started losing interest in the games, and mainly the people that get some kind of endorphin rush from collecting random garbage stayed. And this weird elitism started to develop, where the people that stopped playing, because they actually care about the Pokemon, were labeled fake fans. People that don't care about Pokemon but are fanatic collectors or true fans. The whole Sword and Shield reaction. I did hit update on that. God damn it, OBS. Nice. Fucking. What's that? Right, look. Do it again. If I do it again and then hit update, will you agree? Do you agree yet? But yes, that's an interesting take on it, Emily. I sorta get that. That, you know, like, as they added more and more, slowly became random collectibles. Which is why, like, it's. I feel like they kind of misstepped at one point, even though it also made sense to do it. Where they, in the 3DS games, began letting you have every single Pokemon to hand, in that sense. Because from that perspective, it would be a mistake. So a neat thing they did, like Pokemon, you know, Generation 2 had more or less everything from Gen 1, and whatever it didn't, it had the ability to transfer it over. Gen 3 just had straight up things missing until like later games came out. And you could only really have everything by having like, all the games. By all of them, I mean like you not only just like Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, but also you needed like fucking Fire Red, Leaf Green, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Channel, if you didn't have access to events. You know, all sorts of shit. I feel like they did a better job of, like, granted it was, like, in Gen 3 especially, it was kind of clearly just to bilk money out of things, but it did feel like they had enough division going on that they could probably have escaped that. The whole divide of, like, the whole divide thing only really, you know, broke down come the 3DS generation, really. Generations, really. Whenever you could have, pretty reasonably have all of them. And by pretty reasonably, I mean, because of, you know, by process of helping Chris get all of them for his live decks collection, I also had all of them, essentially. And that was something that was organized between me, him, and like 2 others, I think. And then it became more about like raw collection at that point, I feel like, because granted, maybe I'm just reading into it too much, but it's wait, no, what am I doing? You fought for computer, slap computer. There. Hey. Hey, they work better right now. That's a vent shaft and a half. Interesting. What end? Oh, you could have just skipped that entirely. Gigabrain. Oh, Clark, steady on there. Getting a bit too real for me. He's also got like the fucking brain surgery tables going on here. We need a vent for that. We need a vent because they won't walk across the table or push the little gurney out of the way. I mean, are you sure? I'm going to fight these cons eventually, I imagine. I really wish Let's Go was good. So do I. Because Let's Go looked really nice, like, visually. I was really taken with its art style and character models and animations and all. And then it was just, you know, it was just let's go. Hello, lads. Go for it. Cat just doing his usual, jumping on the computer, just making me have a minor shit in case he touched the power button. I should use your earth thing actually, but whatever. Yeah, so I'll get your head in. That's an animation. Oi. No. You're not allowed behind the TV. Oh yeah, how did your test go? No. For God's sake, kitty cat, you're not allowed to walk on that table. He's trying to walk across the front of the monitors and everything. No, you'll knock everything over. There's a small pile of shit in front of this TV, and if you knock all of it over, I will knock you over. Die, heal party. I might hang on to that one, really. Bzzzt. I mean, depending on the test, it's either because there's a lot of people taking it or because they're doing a whole lot of tests at once. As in different tests, each with like a big pile of people taking it. No, why are you you're trying to climb everything because you're sealed in the room, but I'm sorry, kitty cat. I love that guard animation, by the way, but the nicest how it's gonna be if you're gonna keep going downstairs and assaulting the living room. Because then my room gets assaulted. Earth power. Hello. Well, there's that. He just sits down. We'll use just wrecking a box because you can. Might not be entirely advisable, but hey. He's attacking a box. He's sitting in it and just like slapping the flaps of the box. It's the limited run box my River City Girls came in. And he's doing it because he's playing with the box. He doesn't think he has anything better to do because his only other ideas are climb on things he shouldn't be on. He might also just be trying to make enough noise to make me let him out. Which he is prone to do, but you know. I want to give it a little bit before I let him out because cats in boxes, tails all the time. That too. Like, you know, cat in a box. What can you do? The thing that interests me is Clark's sprite is still like lit up in a rig. He doesn't grey out the way like Sue or whoever does when they die. Which makes you think he has like some sort of mechanic to get back up, but I couldn't tell you what. Credits, alright. Well, shit, look at him. Let's try or put another way around just to see. Oh, wow, shit. Based on his current style, that sounds kinda nuts. Truly voluminous. Robo boots. Actually, if you're not gonna be doing anything else, you should be able to at least get off like 2 heals before you detonate and use your own or whatever. Yeah. I just turn over when I hear something slip and just see Louis' face peeking up over the edge of the bed. What are you doing? Alright, so let's try it. They're all such hideously powerful that I'm not sure where to begin. Honestly, probably you, because you do hell of more damage. Like that. Lon's a favorite. Did you send Hammer the trailer as well? Get on that in a sec. AJ. Jumped up on the computer, walked around, and immediately jumped off. Honestly. He hasn't watched it yet. Oh, that's great. Meow. Oh, good. And she's just dead, outright. Oh, great. I'll get her up. I don't have anything that can resurrect. Oh, fuck it. The rest of was pretty sick. If I had a concern for it, it's that, like, I'm not a big fan of horror games. I'd give it a shot, because it feels like that one would actually, like, scare the living shit out of me, where stuff like Doki Doki Literature Club wouldn't. In part because I've always slightly gotten the willies from, like, old game visuals. Stuff like Shadowgate, like, especially the PC, I'll say PC, like, the Apple and various PC versions of Shadowgate were, like, stuff would just silently appear grimly for a second, or just like immediately on the screen. And that would give me the absolute shits in the way like a horror game with like actual scary noise and shit wouldn't. And I don't like. There's just something about like old PC style visuals, especially, just kind of give me the shits, and I'm not sure what. So I feel like that would, you know, just scare the living piss out of me. But you're probably gonna get fucking wrecked, so you might as well try and survive long enough to uppercut one of them. Yep. My only real concern is like, yeah, looks like it'll do very thirsty atmosphere and like visuals and shit like that. My only concern is like Junji Ito good, like explicitly tying it to like cults and shit. I feel it kind of misses a lot of his horror. His horror being like all just the natural world just ends up completely fucked of its own accord and shit like that. I mean, I know he's about the spiral people and everything, but still. But you know, probably will be pretty good. Doing the numbers quote, it's like, you know, looking really good right now anyway, so yeah. When did I last see it? I was at the bottom of this whole jail. I think. Tag him. Yeah. Yeah. Those RPG elements, there's more to do than just walking around to scary music. Was always Resident Evil's strength, was it? There was a tight action game in there on top of generally being either a bit spooky or just being incredibly gory and making you like, oh. I know. I feel like this place is like a pretty severe jump in difficulty though. I couldn't even kill one of those guys where this tore all of us apart, so it makes me think I missed some. Yep. Oh well, fuck it. That's great. You could... That's just one of the reasons why I don't go into any Discord channels or servers or anything. Just shit like that. Like, nah, I'm fine. Just leave me alone. Just let me have my own. Directly just stick the people I want to hear from and that's it. Hello. You've reached scratching range. He's left scratching range. Alright. Gang him. Just keeping an eye on my actual human son. No, get that up. He does really good counter damage, so that's probably pretty critical. Now you're attacking bags. You're still not getting out. Not yet. Yo. No, I don't think he ever actually did elaborate on Harvest Moon, a memory. So by all means, have the floor. What are you doing? Yeah, no, I'm not letting you out yet. Yeah, hurry towards the door. No, come here. You're being put in cuddle jail. Hello. No, you're not escaping. You're being squeezed. Not squeezed, you're being held. You're like a tiny baby. You think you're being murdered? You're just being hugged and stroked. You're okay. Alright, claws alright. There you go. Hang on, I'm gonna pull the blinds up for him. Alright, now you can stare out the window. Does that help? Alright. Come on, you. Alright, there you go. Remember Naya, because now I see everyone's power building up from high style. I probably should be, I should be using like the team up attacks, the triple attacks and shit. Oh yeah, that would help a lot. You'd have to build style up very fast though, which I guess is what you're for. Alright. Save here. You did mention that, yes. I think you got part way into it at least, because I remember you talking specifically about not specifically, you didn't go into detail, I don't think, but I do remember you mentioning those names in particular. Tree of Tranquility especially. What if... Groovy. We're gonna go fuck wild. Teal 2 Tons is the last game for DS and it shows. It's one of the best looking games for that console. The controls are basically perfect. Some really convenient features like a horse or carriage and not only lets you travel faster but lets you access your storage wherever you want. That's pretty good. The horses and the other ones occasionally had like saddlebags you could stick shit into, which was always nice. Although paranoia about like the horse's well-being usually meant I didn't take it anywhere unless it was A Wonderful Life. It was relatively safe to take any animals. Starting with friends in Mineral Town like drills in a deep fear of what happens if like your animals get attacked by like a wild dog or whatever. It's a bad time, a very bad time. Or because Ulysses wasn't very high. Bzzzt. I actually make you put that off. I didn't. I should do that. Save that for the next one. Squeak. So this is because these robots are just generally more durable than the wee tiny shitters, which is, you know, basically entirely given by the size of them. Oh, that's a waste. That was a complete waste. I hit the button before realizing. Well, that helps. So save your attacks for next turn. Trying to find more things to climb. I'll let you out in a wee bit. Before you have a fit. I mean, you're already having a bit of a fit. What happens? How well does this do this? Fire! Okay. Is that stick? No, that is at least better. Boy. Okay, no, it does stick. It's a different region, but oh lord. God damn. Well, now I know. Fill that shit up sky high super fast and fucking have a way at it. Keep Clark around as like, status effect healer at least. Hey. Let's get you equipped with that, so we got... Oh, he's actually got a bunch already. Ew. 75 to 600%. Should have looked at these first instead of just assuming this was his all. I feel like giving him wall sword, that's probably better. Let's check what else we got. I don't really have fire or electricity. I was working out the assumption they wouldn't actually have any until you're, working with them, but that works out. Especially he's electric, so we could do that. Like, put oil spill there. 6 turns, good to know. I don't know how useful that would be. This is good. Yeah. Curiosity, did you ever get anything else? You have some earth damage, not too great. Bomb rush. Oh, this is a bit less useful. Bolo punch I don't really use much, so you could put below the belt for that. That's fine. That's good. This is mostly a workable set. Actually, we already have her sorted, really. Well, actually. Maybe we want to kill, but let's try it. The power of pacifism compels you. Damn. Yeah, everyone is good on that one. Let's go back and actually takes us around here to grab this. So the problem with the game is that there's very little progression. It doesn't give you the goal to win the seasonal cooking contest, but otherwise you don't really have anything to do. Yeah. Till 2 times. Was that... When did the series... Because no, Story of Seasons, the first 3DS one proper, that was the actual Harvest Moon and not the... Hello. Not just the Harvest Moon brand being used by Natsume after they like split with the developers or lost the rights or whatever the fuck, but kept the localized name. Because they began producing their own, often kind of, at least the first few anyway, that I saw looked basically just like Minecraft rip-offs, just labeled Harvest Moon. And they were tragic looking things, honestly. I never fussed with them. I haven't played the Story of Seasons games on 3DS though. They were one of the ones that are like on the list to get to, the ever-growing list. So I'm kind of just waiting for the Friends of Midroll Town remake for Switch, really. And Rune Factory 4, which is next month. It's actually been a good bit since I played a Harvest Moon. Yeah, a good bit. Pretty sure the PS2 version of Wonderful Life is on PS4's PSN. I should look into that. Alright. Actually, I'm going to go take a piss right before I do this, so be right back. Let's go. Alright, let's see. I'll have this second game for DS. It's pulling up to the tail 2 times, visuals are terrible, and the controls are absolute garbage. You can only control it with the touchscreen, but it barely works. The buttons are the side of the menus. There's also much more progression than 2 times. You play on a deserted island, and the more money you make, the more people attract on regular intervals meeting people. Also unlock new areas by building bridges or making your island more beautiful by letting people build streets. Say about Tree of Tranquility. It's weaker than Island of Happiness when it comes to strong points, but doesn't have any noticeable problems. It's my favorite overall. Fair enough. Pretty sure I already mentioned like our Harvest Moon DS. The one that's just called Harvest Moon DS was a cosmic fucking mess. Right. Okay, what am I doing? I shut him down ASAP. I'll say shut him down, just pause him for a moment. It's the one right before Island of Happiness. The thing is, I actually did get a lot of fun out of playing it and all. It was just... It was a fucking mess of a game. It felt like I always spit in prayer. Okay. What do I want you to do? Yeah, actually, let's do that one first. Get these two sailing to the roof. Okay. Oh lordy. Massive fucking area. Get that region up. Biggest problem in the series is extremely simple directions of NPCs. When friends, the people, and marriage are important parts, but the conversations are all super simplistic. Yeah, like the ow, ow, ow. But yeah, at least up until where I last played in the series, that basically holds all the way up. Like, making friends and everything is just, I want to take down first. Axe-Boy is a big problem because of that fucking, like, blood axe attack, but Wardenbot also has more HP in general. You know, blanket everyone for now. Let's see. Oh, good. Our stun will wear off before our lad gets around the healer. She's already fucking dying. Of course she is. Oh, that only cures it on himself. That's a problem. His thing being random target is going to give me such shit. Luigi is going apeshit outside on the stairs, it's fine. Don't panic. Yeah, hang on with him. Punch her up. Just while we're here. Bzzzt. Nope. I should have reapplied counter actually. Okay. Yeah, damn. That should stun him as well, hopefully, yep. Do this and then we'll counter. Him up. So again, this seems to just give it a new gimmick instead of actually proving much of the base mechanics. That was a thing for a while, I remember that. And that was kind of also like the issue of Rune Factory up until it was either the developers or yeah, it was the developers collapsed and then it got absorbed in their publisher Marvelous, if I remember right. And that was around the point they basically did a reset and started with Story of Seasons, which apparently has no such gimmicks exactly, but is just apparently a very good, straightforward Harvest Moon game. And that was also the same point where they broke off from Natsume to get their own shit. That's right, because Marvelous bought Xseed, made them Marvelous USA, and also set up Marvelous Europe. So they broke off the Harvest Moon, or what is it? I forget the exact word. It says like literally the Japanese word for farming store. It's something Monogatari. I forget what the word for farming is. But yeah, that was hard. That one. So when they went down there and Marvelous got everything absorbed, bought Xseed, said we're just going to put these 3 Xseed now, so Natsume kept the Harvest Moon name again, producing their own. Often Minecraft knockoff ones. They're all just kind of tragic and look vaguely like Facebook mobile game or mobile farming games and such. All a bit tragic for the actual name Harvest Moon, because it is a damn good name for these games. I don't really know if that actually... So I took it to mean like, oh, it becomes weaker too, but if they're already weak to it, I don't actually know if that benefits us exactly. I guess we'll find out. Oh, pardon me. Get your counter up. I guess we would find out if he wasn't always just targeting Warden Bot with it instead. Good news is he's now doing giga damage with counters. The bad news is he's probably going to die. And use your thing to fix him. Then next turn from Hell or High Water, you should probably bust out one of the triple attacks. Yeah. Yeehaw. Finish him. That's mad overkill, I know, but still, finish him. Get that up again. Right. Yeah, dude. There was a Story of Seasons 2 on 3DS, but I think it came over here, I forget. Debating if I would just go with that. It depends if I actually found a copy of Story of Season 1 still now, because that would have been no good for years now. But maybe the Harvest Moon Wikipedia page doesn't show any of the Harvest Moon games after New Beginning. It just acts as if they don't exist and just shows the Story of Season games after that. Ah, that's great. That tickles me. God bless that Wikipedia editor. Makes me love hitting him so much, kill him. He's not going to target the like another guy when I do Electrify. I know it's probably completely random, but doesn't feel it. Let's do that, 'cause you're going to be guarding next turn. Yeah, them. Right, you have one target. Go on. Jesus. Fucking hell, Clark. And I think that answers the question of, does the oil move boost their weakness to electric? Because I'm pretty sure it does. Well, hell. Ooh. That's a good one. And really, if that's just gonna be like that, then absolutely take save and quit. Cancel death. Oh. Hi. Alright, so I'm a bit worried about the second 3DS game because it's called Trio of Tiles. It makes it the only thing from 2 times and made it more annoying. I mean, they might have also actually refined it to be decent, but hey. Oh, we're just in this casino now, alright. 777. Aye. What's your deal? It's a bouncer. Fair enough. Oh, Bob. Probably should hit the bouncer robot with that actually, but it probably, yeah. I was just like, okay, I probably should get these guys drilled down a bit. Speaking of, get oiled upon. Throwing cards. That's funny. Because they're card sharps. Haha. It's just right there, guys. I can poison them. Deck him in the face. It is possible. No guarantees, but it is possible. Yeah, just keep bullying that guy with status effects, I guess. The robots seem to be especially prone to them. Yeah, do this way. I like my flesh and bones. I'm sure I didn't put up the region. That's what everyone's fucking slightly dying for. I'm an idiot. Might be able to. Oh. Now you got one of them. And fix him up because of my mistake. He can do that on his turn. Hey. Yeah, I want that region one. Fix yourself. The screenshots of one of the new Harvest Moon games and Story of Seasons Trio of Tides. Trio of Tides looks so much better. It really does, doesn't it? It's just kind of how it goes. That's funny. I appreciate that. The Clark's animations are very good. Giving a shit. Yeah, tends to, doesn't it? I'll just bully him a bit. Yeah, do that. I can deal with my mate now. Arrgh. Not that much more, but hey. I don't think that'll catch? Nah, I wouldn't. Oh, we're at it. Fucking go for it. Yeah. Metacritic score 76 versus 46. Is that Trio Titans versus whatever the other one is, or? What one are you looking at anyway, actually? If I dare ask. It's called Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley. Fair enough. I vaguely remember the name. I wouldn't be able to tell which one it is just by sight. That's what I was gonna say, but They are quite some tragedies. Give everyone juice. Clark's electrifying. Oh, pardon me. Ugh. Chi and Smoker. Ah. Weak to wind, you say? Let's see. Let's do this first, get the business going. Jack him. Half. That tiny ball of smoke. Bokujo Monogatari, okay. I'd forgotten the word for farming. Let's see. Yeah, the Japanese version kept the name. Harvest Moon was a title that Natsume, the American publisher, came up with for the series. And then whenever they broke, when Marvelous fully absorbed the developers and everything, they just kept the rights to the Harvest Moon name. Which is why we have these monstrosities wearing the name, and the actual games are now just Story of Seasons. Which is also a pretty good title in itself, actually. Yeah, not do that. Go for it. Hey. Although that one's not weak to electric, is it? So, half. The new Harvest Moon games aren't even released in Japan. That's special. Yeah, pop him. Oh, she took a killed outright. Fucking hell. That's not good. Like, I've probably even forgotten it over, like, the weeks. But, I remember, like, what determines if someone just gets knocked down to, like, negative health or what gets them killed outright? Because, like, I can't tell what, like, the proc is, as it were. How much style you have. Okay. Well, she was at 0, so that makes sense. Yeah, I think it's all just gonna fall apart here. I wish if, I don't know, like everything does kind of, oh, she just moves again. Oh well, hell. She is just going that fast. Yeah, probably I'll go down this one. I do wish there was just a restart from menu option. Far from the only game lately is guilty of not having one, to be fair. Just go for it. We'll just retry. This getting taken out was very unfortunate. Open with the wind. I think really she should open with her attack, honestly. That is weak to water. Save that for the special. 1.5 hours later, they finally figured out why Worms wasn't working. Luigi has come up back in, he's curling in the ball at the foot of the bed. Oh. The Windows firewall. Ah. That old classic. Let's see. Down with that in case you electrify it. Robots can't be poisoned. Alright. The gank. Style up. Yeah, good. The poison is quite annoying. So I'm lying down. Give me a second to adjust this so I'm not as quiet. I also have to consult the iPad for chat every few seconds. I guess I should just sit back up again, but I've tucked my feet under one of the bed covers. Let's say under the fucking blanket, so I'm now in a position where it's like, oh, just lie down. It's comfier. Get one. Ew. Good shit. I should defend that, honestly. But... I do find it interesting how Clark's hyper just like goes up and down over and over. Just noticed that those stupid Stadia ads that YouTube kept spamming me for the last month have finally stopped. Yeah, I did. There was that tweet I retweeted earlier that it's been like 60. Well, it's been like 40 days since Google have mentioned it in any of their official stuff at any point, or like 40 days since a game release, and then 69 days since they mentioned it. One of the two. I forget the exact order of those, but it was something like that, where it's basically been months since Google has actually mentioned it or released anything for it. So, you know, it's basically already just condemned to the grave, like everyone knew and expected it to be, because it was a trash fire. Well, I say everyone. Everyone who was in any way sane. Anyway reasonable, anyway knowledgeable about how any of this works. Anyone who wasn't a twat. Get him. Picked the targets well that turn, didn't it? Bop. Well, if only you had Bullet Punch, then we could get the extra style buff for that. That does scale up quite a bit, doesn't it? That does a hefty chunk of damage. Granted, like 210%, but still. "69 days since Stadia was released and 40 days since last release and last mentioned by Google." God damn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can safely assume it's just been dropped entirely. Yeah. Just in the back. Oh, I may not use it. Dare I ask? Has surprise stash, neat, and random damage, RNG. Well, hell. That's fitting. But it's the future. It's the complete future. I put ultimate faith in this thing I just heard about. It's going to completely kill all consoles and everyone will want nothing more. Everyone can definitely play fighting games in like fucking 20 milliseconds of lag at best at home internet. So, like, yeah, that's perfectly fine and dandy. That's how that works. Negative lag. Everything said about that thing was just such a mess. Like, people, there's like, I mentioned one of my friends was actually, he doesn't follow game news all that much. Well, he knows when releases come out, but he's not very big into like the discourse or any of the shit like that. So when he heard about it and saw the ads, he's like, oh, that seems pretty cool, I might get one. And then when he suggested this to like me and David and the rest of, like, we just laughed our asses off and, yeah, you know, went through the whole explaining it all to him and talked him out of it. Ones like that I feel sorry for. Ones who just genuinely didn't know any better because they were just like, oh, thing, and just decided to go for it without thinking. Ones who were like, you know, if you're the sort of person who is very online and like on Twitter and all the rest of it, you should know better. You should know better than to trust any of that shit. Especially if, you know, you're part of games media or something. There's a tragic amount of them who are like, oh, it could be, you know, the future and brick everything. It will, like, you know, end consoles, and it's like, it's fucking, how do you have that job and still think these things? What am I doing? Give them style. Bop. With the kid, no less. Hefty chunk. Yeah, why not? Any which way, you should do a decent bit of damage to the first electrify. But that one, nice, even odds of him killing one of these. Maybe. No, the first use isn't that powerful. It was still a good whack though. We should remember to put her region song up as soon as possible, honestly. I respect that. It wasn't just oh, I have a gun. It was just straight up, I'm going to cheat. That was just part of, that was just a guaranteed part of it. Alright, well, that's a bit tragic. I might go for, you know what? And you can put your region up. There's that turn, you might as well. Actually, so we haven't used a style boost there actually, but whatever. It's not a regret just yet. So yeah, let's go for that. they're intent on murdering her. Really used her thing, actually. And you do have the laser, which helps significantly. Finish it, hopefully. God willing, that thing won't do 98, like 98 HP's worth of damage to her in the turn before she gets her turn again. Shoot, whatever. So fast to get to move again. You definitely need to do this. So do you, for that matter. Alright. Yeehaw. Oh yeah, the Warcraft 3 Reforged. So, as I understand it, like, they farmed out development to some studio, just whoever the fuck, after showing like a very decent showing at BlizzCon or something, either last year or the year before. And when the game has now come out, suddenly out of nowhere, it's a ugly, weird mess. Like, all the character units only move at like 20 frames per second for some reason, so that they all jitter even though the rest of the game moves distinctly faster. Like, they did that for some reason. A lot of the models just like shit and terrible. A lot of the cutscenes have either been left unchanged or some apparently look worse. And then there's the whole thing with the custom maps where they're just like, no more licensed stuff. Also, anything you make, we can steal it. Because I guess like people keep pointing out that's because they're probably really, really upset about Dota happening. It is worse than the original in basically every conceivable way. So just really play the original Warcraft 3. It's probably easy enough to get. Enough people probably have it running through some method or other if it doesn't just run natively. It's just worse than the original in like really cosmic ways, just from what I'm understanding. In ways that are just like, how did you, like, why and how? Like, questions have to be asked. Plague, hey. keep an eye out for things like that. Just rob the casino on our way out. Oh well. Fucking Johnny Fivius is there. Cybus now stolen it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they removed it for the remaster. Like, either when it was announced or like shortly before, like a week or so before this, but I didn't hear anything about that. I feel like that would have been noticed and caused a stir. G-Boss? This is a lot of guys. A legitimate businessman. This is a fuck ton of guys. Just shut him up a sec. I don't want the group spread for after this, I think, so... Get the style going basically as soon as possible. Okay, well at least they right now do not very much damage. Which is good for the sheer number of them. Could you capture that? Probably. I mean, nah, I wouldn't. Splat. What the hell was that? I started working on these guys, honestly. And roulette. Alright. That hurts a bit more. You probably maybe kill him. No, but you got damn close. Really get kited on him because they fucking hate Sue. Oh, is that a horse's head? Is that what that is? We just did like a fucking Godfather reference in a very like comical way. This is the Godfather. Pretty sure it's the Godfather. It's the mafia movie that has that, or the mob movie, whatever. Now they're doing significant damage. Probably should have bust out Plague for this fight, actually, considering it is a group fight. So, an internet crazy person for the first time in my life. Oh dear, what happened? What manner of like digital feral did you come across? Yeah, do it and then dig your defense. Or recharge it. Pretty weird while you're at it, actually. Get him again. Yo. Yo. Oh, he attacked himself. Well, you know, beyond throwing a stun thing at us. Use those guns for something. Ew. It is a horse's head. Sitting up. Where's my water? Oh, pardon me. Just 1 second. I was paranoid checking because the thought occurred to me. I did do it properly, don't worry. I did start recording again. Bravely games, it's such a quality of life feature, yeah. The Bravely games especially, they've just been able to tweak encounter rate, but also tweak, like, getting more EXP versus getting more money and everything. That was really nice, especially for someone like me who, like, you know, just tweaked up job points or money or whatever so I could keep, you know, just fucking about with jobs and building, like, just, you know, classes and cross classes and shit. Fucking love doing that in those games, and they just facilitated doing it. It was so good. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. And they still managed to have like a fair amount of bite to them even in spite of that. Especially a lot of the, what the fuck were they? Like the fights against big summon stuff. There was also like in the Wee Village minigame, you could like get these like super god fights that were like high level monstrosities with special gimmicks, and those were still hell nightmares. Even with like being able to instantly tweak your shit to like build a super team very quickly. I'm holding out, I say holding out, I would really welcome a fucking, before the next Bravely game, which I am assuming is going to be on Switch, I would really like it if they like manage to remaster the other two or like do them up for, you know, just a general Switch release, because they don't really need the 2-screen setup. I don't remember them making that much use of it. Like, it helped make everything tidy, but it was already announced for Switch, so was it? That's good. In which case, you know, while you're at it, if you want to double down, I was watching a stream and talking to someone from Britain in chat. We aren't really talking about Brexit. Oh boy. Finished saying they agreed. And someone else said, oh, you found one of them. Amazing. You find one of our right-wing dipshits. That is the only defense they ever seem to have. Well, I say defense, like quote-unquote defense, is that, oh, it's the indomitable voice of the people because half of 2/3 said they wanted it more. That means it's completely democratic and you can't criticize it, and therefore it's not dumb, even though it is. You know, if you really wanted to set him off, you should have just said, yeah, well, we voted Hitler and then that was a problem, the people can be wrong, and then just watch him explode and start screeching about how it's not the same thing and you're, like, evil for suggesting it. That, or he would start, you know, like, saying that he is a Nazi himself and then he would get banned. One of the two. Win-win either way. Just shit like that. I'm like, you know, like 9 out of 10, he's English. In fact, I'm not even gonna say 9 out of 10. Like 10 out of 10, guaranteed he's English. He's not like from Wales or Scotland or Northern Ireland. He's just full tilt middle of England nowhere. Because they always are, this sort. So he's just not getting to do shit. Yeah, that's true, but you know that completely doesn't happen ever, unless you know it's the other side. They do that, not ours. See, if a lot of people say it, then it can't be wrong. Therefore, I'm right and I win on the internet. Oh, I was hoping that would kill him. I was hoping he would just uppercut a mob boss unconscious or just dead, one of the two, whatever. I will shank him. That's... he's hanging in. I guess laser shot is probably the only appreciable way for a space mob boss to go. That's a load of EXP. Well, XP. That's good. Oh, pardon me. Kind of blew the front of this open. Did they? Or no, that was Saib. The Screamer X did. Yay. I mean, yeah. That's the thing, it's the sort of person who doesn't know how to argue anything and just doesn't actually know why this is good or bad. Well, we all know why it's bad, but he doesn't actually have any reason for why it's good. So all he can fall back on is, yeah, well, that's just your opinion, and also a lot of other people said it's good. And that's it. That's the only ever defenses for it. And it's kind of like, great. Do you have any hard numbers or anything? We already have, like, the US trying to beat down our doors saying, follow our beliefs and join us in our proxy war against China. Like, fucking... It's all around bad already. But ours didn't seem to give much of a shit about that bomb. It's all around bad in general, but you know, here we are. forgotten about the warp pig. You're making me want to replay the Ripley games. Yay. I'm curious, I don't know if like the subway will actually take us to the village. It will take us back up, I think. Yep, that's good. Alright, whatever. Oh, the fix your loading problems. Yay! Monster Hunter World works on PC now. I need to install that mod again. I'm going to do that on like the weekend, like Saturday. Install them all, get all that set up, and fucking punch through the tutorial. I'm going to see a movie. I'm going to see Weathering with You tomorrow night. And then we're going to see Spirit Away, because that's getting, like, it's Japanese dub, is getting a run in the Odeon Cinema Chain. And that's on Friday. And then I'm just kind of curling the ball and tell everyone to stop being social with me for a bit. Well, that's the base, probably. Where's the schematics? Probably not in the cave, surely. Or maybe it is. Oh, cave. Frogs, and then just buff Frogman? Or Fishman, whatever. Goblins. Ah. It is a buff frog, man. Ask them where they are, because I was curious if it's an opinion from someone from inside or outside of Europe, and they tried to spin it around to be me being racist. That's funny. He didn't want to admit. I don't know if that means they weren't or they were from England. Might as well slam him with this one. Right. Yeah, why not? Slap. Speedy little shits, aren't they? Yeehaw. That was my phone. Just catching up on the email that my iPad already showed me. Hey. Should probably change the party up again just to be sure, but might as well for now. Look at them things, goddamn. Actually swims through rock, goddamn. I think you might as well hit that one. Pretty good. Yeah. Chomp. I feel like I know that bite noise. Then I remember that they said they were from the U.S. because I made a joke about the king of Twitch and said they didn't care about the kings and they were from the U.S. I don't think that person's okay. Like, we don't, for one, we don't have a king. That's not how that works. I don't know if that's like, because that could just genuinely be true. That they're just like an American just shrieking, insisting that it's the good and true because, I don't know, they're hard right wing and don't know anything about the UK. Or they could just be from, like, the acid of England and really bad at hiding it by trying to seem, like, stupid about this. What stream was this, like, nutcase on? I caught the lizard. Wow, that's a bit of a step up. Anyway, 1 bite, 1 kill. Oh, you probably should have used your thing up. I'm kind of concerned that the worm hasn't moved yet. Which means that little word thing is probably quite true. In which case, oh dear. Oh, there's its move coming up. It was on Big Hattie's stream. He doesn't want any political talk in his chat, which I didn't continue conversation. But that, evidently, that fucking clown didn't. Overall, the way the person talks reminded me a bit of J.K. Rowling. Radical liberal and trying to act as they're righteous, but secretly being an ass. I don't know if they're radical liberal, really. By the sound of it, they're kind of like, at least... You know, like, at least middling right. Conservative Tory, or some shit. And you might as well check out one of our problems. Figured. Okay, it does just hit like a goddamn nightmare. So let's get to work on that. You need to heal yourself. Good. We don't have this amount of time to murder it before it gets going. It's gonna die. Yep. Oh no, what should done now? What stupid shit has happened now? Hey. The flag of where? Ah, probably America, huh? Space America. I guess this is an optional little pocket then. Fair enough. Oh, you watch it? Okay. Well, honey, anything to report? Anything to tell us? What what nightmares does it bring about? I remember hearing, and I haven't got around to reading it, but I did bookmark someone's gigantic essay about why it's like, apparently why it has like extremely like concerning views about like how the wizards treat. I mean, that's kind of been true for Harry Potter in general, but apparently at least the second Fantastic Beasts movie is explicitly really bad about it. I guess that's a good sign to go back and check. I mean, we kind of knew that when their scientists were making the mind control thing to begin with. She's either ex-API or, you know, just that comfortable with technology. Where's the shop, really? Nothing new, I don't think. Ever get this for him? Oh, well, no one's in the party. Definitely feels like there's some weird political agenda behind it that I would never notice if I hadn't seen the internet discourse related to Riley. But it feels it now that you're aware that she might have done it. Let's see, big gun. I feel like I already got him these. I ain't read. Actually, it's this guy. Yeah, I did get him. Alright. Yeah, like all I remember, like the long and short of it is that the way the wizards treat it basically like reveals that the wizarding world is completely hideously immoral, and there's no good reason why anyone wouldn't just like fucking tear them to pieces. Oh, this bodes well. How's he do? That was a noise. Whatever you played in 2016. Yeah, like hearing stuff about Eternal was making me like fucking vibrate. Like it's so close. Like it's so very close again. And like, you know, backlog be damned, I'll be on it whenever it's out. It'll be funny because I'll be doing that and then probably Animal Crossing the week after or whatever. Or same day or whatever it is. So that'll be a fun bit of just tonal whiplash. It's good to have him out. I sure you got your fucking wind buff or whatever. noise. See that, actually. Section. Super oily. Set up for that super heal, because we're gonna need it. Do that just so he doesn't have to heal on his turn. So he can do this. And you can do the grip heal. Just keep fucking pounding. The damage is getting quite nasty. The disarms. There we go. Heal up, she goes again. Oh no, okay. I'll pop that now. This British takes place in the US. Multiple times, but the American wizards are super backwards and they're and of course they're extremely more racist, of course. He's a filthy nomad. Right. Yeah, that sounds like Rowling, alright. Like, the entirety of Harry Potter is just maintaining the hideous, terrible, explicitly terrible status quo. Where, you know, like, whole races are enslaved, and tons of them are considered lesser than wizards. Wizards are on top. Even among wizards, just hideous levels of, like, racism and tiers, and basically just shy of a caste system, almost. And it is, the whole nth point of it is Harry just becomes part of the system and fights to uphold it. Rowling seems to like go like, you know, all this shit's like, maybe she doesn't see it as terrible, but she, like the way it ends up looking pretty terrible, and she's like, yeah, just keep it. Keeping it the way it is the only way to do things. And evidently, that's even the case, even in a place that's meant to be fucking backwards. It's just like, oh yeah, just what can you do? Just keep it. Can't possibly do anything about that. Oh, J.K. Rowling. Ooh. That is something I can run across. That might be the way forward. I don't know. Let's have a down to the other way. No. Oh. No, this is probably... There's one chest. When I added the ka-ching, I thought something was about to happen to take it away or make it a trick or something. I was like, oh, this isn't a regular message. Hey. Speaking of, I might put her back in the party. Oh, I misunderstood. Well, everyone's at least staying level. That's good. I guess it shouldn't be so. I think I already acknowledged this. We're fighting win weak shit. Lauren's probably good to stay. Kinda getting into the groove of Clark shit, so I might swap Sue out for Chan for now. See how we go, basically. Or Spark as Max, what can you do? I might give you the healer one overall. Well, that does heal and cure, and then... Yeah, that's gonna be that. Yeah, you know, keep the fan 15. And the adventure game also does you heal a tiny bit of HP and are guaranteed to go first next turn in addition to damage reduction. Yeah, RPGs actually add extra incentive to use the defend command instead of anything else, or actually, you know, it adds a nice nuance to combat. A good, infamous example being the 7th Saga, where defending gives you like a 50% attack boost on your next turn or some shit, so you actually end up doing a lot more defending than attacking in fights, because you always basically rotate defense and attack. Even when, you know, if the enemy isn't going to do their super yet, you're better off still defending anyway, so your next hit just does gigatons damage. MC and his sidekick have a romance with 2 sisters. MC just gets a happy ending because he's a wizard. Well, I guess that's only right. What's even the point of writing it all like this? Like, if you're just gonna have them be like, oh well, it's just what you have to do, like, why even write the world like that? Because like, if you're just gonna be like, oh well, that's just what you have to do, you're kind of just endorsing that it has to stay this way. The characters just go along with it ultimately, without even trying to fuck with it. Yeah, no, like, the fans should have like more nuance in games. Like, you know, Bravely Default does it really well by building it, and also 7th Saga, actually, to be fair to it, does do it really well by building it into the core combat system very tightly, giving it the extreme incentive for like defending on turns or whatever. I really do like the Brave and Default system in general. That's just a really good system. That's an RPG that's really clicked with me. I fucking love that system of just stockpile turns, then go fuck wild. Alright, what's your deal? Do not touch. Oh, it's a bit unfortunate. Try it anyway. Is this technically touching? Okay. That's also true. You can just burn extra turns immediately and end like random fights before they begin. Which again, you know, the system works. It's just really well done. Let's right. Do this, do that, and then blast. That sounds good. Schlep. Schlep. Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Area gun, let's get going. Might as well get that out and defend next turn and alright. Fucking destroyed. The oil really helped on that one get goddamn. Right now, just finish that one off. Given how little bit to do this, I should have attacked something else, really. Oops. Attack is actually fucking wild for damage. I should have done the area gun. Whatever. We'll just shoot fire, then echo, then shoot fire again. Or just shoot fire. Set up. Play off. Let's see. I didn't know there was a new Choo Choo Rocket last year, actually. It's Apple Arcade only. That's kind of nuts. Well, there we go. That's what I'll do. I'll get Apple Arcade and I'll just stream Choo Choo Rockets for like a solid week. I mean, not even me completely lying about that. So I've been considering it for some things. It's kind of like, you know what, if it's not as bad as like subscription things tend to be. Like, it's basically one step from being perfectly fine, which is just be the Game Pass and give me like a discount for ones I want to buy and keep, and then we're good, we're gold, basically. The original's been on phones for a few years now. It's still great. I didn't actually know that. I should look into that. Well, I guess if it's on Apple Arcade, it probably won't be on my iPad. It might be on my phone. My new phone, at least. So just new salamanders. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. A sewer shark. I don't want to do this. Yeah, bottom. Yeah, oil him up so he gets fucking destroyed when Chan goes off. These things start doing from just a fucking high damage, don't they? They're fire weak too. Actually, that's good. become softened. I'm intent on stopping her. Just to be safe. Bit unfortunate, but whatever. Yeah, that probably would have killed that if he didn't electrify it. Ah well. That's a bit of a waste, but yeah. Probably can't finish that. No. You can, though. Oh, it's overkill. The fuck? Do a great heal before your thing. Oh, you basically have to. Shoot as well. Area 100, goddamn. Yeah, start softening that one a bit to help. Bang. He should have used his oil on one of them. That probably would have fucking killed it outright. Actually, he still can. She just echo on it. It doesn't be in business. Yes, he can. Well, it's already so low that it doesn't matter, but hey, might as well. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's okay now. It's kind of like the nature of like Half-Life 1 and 2 is that they are, to be fair, largely tech demos sort of games. Like, decent games, don't get me wrong, but like they are really focused around showing off like their physics engine and technology more than anything. Oh, they can't be like damn fine shooters in their own right. Like Half-Life like feels good to play. Like it, you know, fucking like the gunshot noises and everything are just very satisfying. Which I guess is why they managed to like, why someone decided to make a multiplayer and create a Counter-Strike out of it, because it just had good gunplay. Well, that's unfortunate. I see. Actually, do that. Well. I played an early version of the Half-Life remake and hated it. It was a bit unfortunate. I'll have to work on that thing, so it'll probably be the biggest nuisance here. What do I want you to do? I want you to buff everyone's style. Get this going. Get that on that. Hello, my son. He suddenly woke up and began walking in circles. What disturbed your comfort? Oh, well, he's now just lying across on my socks. Yeah, set up for this, because we're probably going to need it shortly. need that. Yeah, just go for it. She probably should have. Yeah, do your electrify, because you're gonna reset in a little bit, so might as well. Do this, then do your spin, and then defend and reset. That going. Especially since we desperately need it, good lord. Robots are now officially a problem. Really good. Should probably try and nick one of these. Be good to have. Let's as well. Take him out. Oil him up. Still, No Man's Sky still costs 55 to 60 euros. I feel like it hasn't been really like dropped below 50% during a sale. No, I imagine they probably justify that with the fact that they've consistently been giving it like actual like hefty updates and shit. So, yeah. I mean, I guess fair, but if you're waiting for a sale, you probably will keep on, like, you'll probably be stuck waiting for a while. They don't seem intent on budging. And do this, and then do water next turn. Set up. Do this, save the fire shot for next turn. We'll go all in to try and murder this man. Yeehaw. Oh well, it's currently 50% off on GOG. Alright then. Went for 62% off on Game Billet. Don't think I've heard of that one. come on. Oh well, hell. Just fight Central around here. When gorillas evolve. Alright, what do I want to do? I get the work on him. Probably should have got the work on the Wisp. Pardon me. Blech. The noise here. I want your wind up. Flood. Might as well. Brain powers. Yeah. Saw that much coming. Nope. Then I just beat this thing out while you have your wind thing active. Inspire her for giga damage. I was gonna do an attack or something, but actually no, because I want her to have the oil effect on that. Oh, the murder. Glad they're all close enough together for that. Yeah. Try and murder that. He'll be doing this. Get everyone fixed up good and proper. Use your spin. And you played Grim Dawn. No, I have not played Grim Dawn. It sounds familiar. Like, vaguely familiar. Is it a recent game, or is it, an older one? How dare. Oil him up, Captain. Oops. Diablo style action RPG. It sounds interesting enough. I don't actually. The name is very familiar, but I don't know it offhand. I need to find orbs. Are you a shack with an orb? With an eye? One in the nest, one in my hut. Sure. We got a weird eyeball. The other's in the nest. Somehow I come across it quite often. Actually, is there more path down here now? I need to go find the nest. Is that the Scrimmerx nest, or is that a different nest? stab him. Defense, AoE, fire. Spear. I go, let's torment that one. Let's oil one of them up. Just Giga Rune. Actually, I should have inspired with Alyssa there. Oh well. It still hurt like hell. Spear. Actually, do that. Do that yet? Should do that. Set up for heal. There's a cast. The thing I saw it was on the list and was Puppy Games and Gold Dream. Let me see. It's 80% off. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't get more shit from I1 either. And yet, you know, on Steam I went, well, I've already played them elsewhere, but I was like, you know what? They're buried on my Xbox 360. I might as well get them here. And got like Mushihime-sama and what's the other cave one? Donpachi. So I just smucks to treat myself with in my spare time. Maybe eventually on stream, who knows? I get good enough to consistently beat them. Well, above normal. So I can semi-consistently do that. Yeah, you just do your defense, actually. Finish him. You know, fuck it, while we're here. We just ran all the way past them for this. Right target. Good news is everyone goes before Chan though, so we can actually get our bus in still. Oh yeah, no. Went and died. The Automod cut the word muzzle loader as offensive and I still don't know why. I don't know why either, like offhand I can't see anything in muzzle loader. Is it just loader? As in like it's trying to catch the word freeloader? Which is the only thing I can think of which will have loader in it. Muzzle is nothing special. What hidden slur does Twitch know that we don't? Yeah, oil him up, get him murdered. Oh, the damage. Yeah, just go for the attack. Shoot him, use that up for grip heal. She can echo on him, which might kill. Just shy. Gank. Nah, it's just the pummeling. The special board game, Secret Slur. The secret. The hyper-realistic blood dripped off my screen as I looked upon my Twitch.tv stream and saw the secret slur. Zelola. And then I was a racist. Still electrifying, go for it. I gotta shoot him. Cheer, looks like an AoE. Inspire. Tornado lacks style. I don't know, tornadoes are pretty rad. Don't judge. Oh, we come back full circle, have we? No. We haven't, it just looked a bit similar. No, now we have. Okay. Nah. We'll fight them on the way back. Let's go stick the first eyeball in them at least. Maybe I'll notice another pathway while I'm stumbling about. And there's that. Oh, that just stops. Never mind then. This is a very Final Fantasy area. Sick. Alright, what else we got? Yeah. Looks like they seem like they stick out like a wee bit. It's like, Eye is drawn to them, which means they might be in some way important. But now we just looped completely around, because down here is the entrance. Horror short stories and Reddit. This one guy's created this gigantic universe with parallel dimensions, magic, and evil cults. I mean, fair play to him. Sick, and it's like really nice when you can get involved and just go nuts like that. I'm gonna guess it means the Scrimmerx nest, and we need to go there to find the other eyeball. Although, they did say you had to go through a swamp to get to the Scrimmerx nest. Yeah. Oh wait, no, there it is. I ran past it last time. Well, hell. You're fucking something, aren't you? Gigafly. Well, let's buff everyone's style like right now. Spooky wind. Hit the region up. Whew. Guess I'll do that now. And throw up oil next turn. Actually, you don't need to do that because it's only one thing. So, might as well actually try it. Wind on. She should have inspired. I keep forgetting that. After devising the tactic, you know, whatever, that works. She can inspire on the next turn when she's doing her echo, actually. It all works out. Pardon me. Well, I think she now has no attack for her special turn, so might as well do that. Yeah. You do have flood, but actually heal her. So she stays ahead of the thing. You can save your stuff. You might as well save that for next time when you do more damage. Kind of like Happy Lovecraft. Welcome to Great Evil. That's kind of neat. I do like that sort of use with thing where I do really like horror aesthetic and horror stuff being used for like other genres, especially like action stuff, and that's kind of why I really like Castlevania. It's like gothic horror things, but for this rad gothic platformer about being like a whip wielding Giga Christian on the way to murder the Lord of Darkness himself. You know, everything, just basically everything that Blasphemous was doing. It's just my shit. Yeah, do your spin kick. Beef up again. I still use that, then we'll do the loop over. Yeah, fuck ton of HP, don't you? Oh damn. Yeah, that's actually pretty much the reason entirely why I'm not really bothered by Eldritch horror stuff. Especially like Lovecraft stuff, especially which is like I went crazy looking at the thing. It's just like you can't do anything, you died. And it's kind of like when I see that sort of thing, it's just kind of like, well, what was the fucking point then? it's not necessarily that they have to win or that they have to like totally own the thing or whatever. It's just kind of like the thing is just basically invincible and you can't do anything about it. I have no investment and just can't really get afraid of it because it's kind of like, oh well, fuck it. Again, this is why I keep looking around to that Resident Evil basically being my favorite horror game series, because like the things are very much mortal, can very much be killed, but you know that basically puts everything on a even playing field, more or less. And there is something slightly more horrifying about knowing that it can die, like the zombies in Resident Evil 2, knowing that you can kill them. But when one of them just starts taking that extra amount, like several shots to go down, it's just kind of like, and, you know, oh no, I don't have enough shit to deal with everything else, and that gives me the willies more than just, oh, it's an invincible thing you can't see or perceive, so it fucks your brain in two. I like Lovecraft's world and mythos from a, you know, from a aesthetic perspective, I guess, the hideous amount of baked-in racism stuff aside, but as an actual horror thing, it just kind of falls apart. It's a bit of, like, of the age sort of thing, I suppose. Might as well. Might as well just keep at it. Yeah, that is the kind of thing. There's a lot of I think it's like a bit of a, it's an age thing. Like back then, they weren't as aware of how much stuff we just don't perceive but know is there. Like through science, we know it's there, but we just don't perceive it, and we don't go crazy or anything. We just don't perceive it. Like it's just kind of there. We just don't notice it ever. It doesn't have any effect on us because, well, if it was, we would perceive it. In some way, at least. I mean, I feel like there are like a lot of neat and conceptual ideas in the idea of like eldritch horrors and things that have like grander, profound effects, especially on sanity and such. But like the things themselves aren't very interesting. It's like, you know, they don't have, like, what's their motivations, why do they care, why they like this in any way. You don't need to give me, like, full, detailed scientific explanations for any of this. There's just a rough idea of, like, what the fuck Cthulhu wants, for instance. Even just, like, oh, it doesn't want, it's just a creature that just kind of exists and all this has happened around it. That's fine. I'll take that perfectly fine, but you don't even get that much. Yeah, that's always neat. The objective description of what it is and does. Set up. These two work quite well together. So I'll just echo it. And the finish. Which is good because Lauren apparently suddenly died at the end there. I did not actually see the trailer for it, though I've heard of it. I need to get around to actually seeing it. Whoop. Seeing that iPad went for a wiggle there. I had it like propped against my leg in the bed. Yeehaw. Hey, we got our 10,000 credits back. This is a wee zombie out there. The hive has been taken. Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised. They have a hive mind structure sort of thing, and they aren't just all-consuming, mindless concerts like we must consume and assimilate. They're just kind of like, yeah, they're just kind of guys. They're just like anyone else, really. Well, I indeed do not understand. Yeah, there's, they have their own rules. It's nice. It's a nice change. They're just kind of around. Ah. Yeah. It's pretty good. I had a hard time taking some of your Nicolas Cage seriously. It's just too much on me. In the right movie, he can do that. He enhances it in a superb way. Like, it's kind of the interesting thing is in like a serious movie, he's just kind of like out of place. But in the right movie, not necessarily like a bad or a wacky one, but in like the right movie, he's just superb. Oh my god, I'm looking for the fucking terminal. They're in the communications outpost, makes sense. I don't know, but this is just the whole place in general. Up there is the shop. Might as well pop open storage, see what we got. Aeon capacitor. I haven't actually looked at the items in a bit. I'm gonna guess that is something a bit more serious. Yes, it's probably distinctly more serious, and we'll need that for something. It's so bad, it's badical. Huh. Wind up, that's gonna be useful around here. Let them do it. Yeah, we might as well take that too. May regret doing that, we'll find out. You already have this, don't you? Yeah. Oh, well, that's funny. Let's say you. That's the usuals. So Mass Effect streamer knows all the aliens are just either quirky humans or normal. In the Star Trek effect. We've been to the great reaches of space and we know what's out there. It's just more humans, but they have weird foreheads. See, that's just a retard. I guess we'd have to punch into the hive. That's all right around here then. Unless this is. Huh. Is this the same lab or just another hell lab? Probably. I mean, it looks like the same lab. I think it is the same lab. The image refused to change. Yeah, it is the same lab. Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe there's something in it, but for now, that's down the road. Yeah, I just noticed there's an open chest in the top corner, so yeah, same lab. Right enough. This is where we were. This is the whole wee starting area. I recognize the shape of it and everything. This is the whole restarting area. That's neat. They really weren't far off of their old actual civilization. Oh, I have to go talk to someone there first, alright. Let's go around 10. It's not a shop. Right in here. I do like this. Even in like the insectoid hive mind space, there's a guy leaning against the wall going, "My boss is a prick." Well, we got it. Do that. Okay. So the top floor of the hive figures. That's probably what he's doing, is fixing their hive mind then. Oh, guess that's gonna be us. See, he's got a name, isn't just like Scribmerex, which is I find interesting. He's gonna come up shortly, or he might even join us for a fight. Alright. What time are we on? So yeah, I'll park it there for the night. Yeah, that'll be me for the next. We're not quite past 11. We'll need some time to do stuff. Do stuff before sleep. Alright. Alright, thanks for coming out and thanks for watching. Next stream is if I just want to look at the bed anyway. Oh, pardon me. Next stream is probably going to be Saturday. It might be Salmon Run. Depends. Because seeing a movie tomorrow, seeing a movie Friday. So I won't have any time for streams those days. So yeah. It'll be Friday. Yeah. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. And Friday, Saturday. Thanks. Thank you. Help. Good night. See you Saturday.